Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is Alex Brown. He is, of course, with Town Council right now, but he's also looking to be reelected to his position on Town Council. Thanks for being here today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we're almost there. Final push.
Home stretch.
Home stretch. And so let's talk a little bit, though. It's kind of interesting. Early voting has been really going kind of crazy. I mean, the lines, I pass by USCB all the time, and the lines have been tremendous. So I think that's exciting that people are really involved in the process.
Absolutely. Really good numbers. They're averaging around 1,200 persons per day, which is huge.
Right.
Okay. And you're right, the lines are long. I've driven by on several occasions, and it seems like towards the end of the day, like 5 p.m. and on, it sort of slows down a bit. So I'm just encouraging all of the working folks that don't necessarily have the time during the day to try to take advantage of that last hour over at USCB.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about knowing your ballot, because that's kind of interesting. And you go in and you might expect to see one thing and you see something different. Of course, scvote.gov is where you can find that. But talk to us a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah. We're definitely encouraging everyone to get familiar with your ballot beforehand. You don't want to get into the polling booth and feel rushed because you've got more people waiting behind you, right? Yeah, so you can go to scvotes.gov. You can pull down your sample ballot. Obviously, all of the contestants are on the ballot, but there are some questions on the ballot as well. 2 Beaufort County questions and 1 state question. So in the comfort of your home, you can take the time to go to Beaufort County's website to really understand those referendum questions, and also to the state's website to understand the state question. I think that's important for folks to feel very comfortable and confident when they walk into the poll.
Yeah, and I have not voted yet, but obviously I intend to do so. But I have done that and done the sample ballot. And really, what's interesting about it is you really do, you put in your name and you put in where, so it comes up with what your ward would be, what your questions are, and it's specifically exactly what it says. So there isn't going to be any confusion when you do get into that booth.
Absolutely. Yeah. And by law, which is a good thing for those of us that don't have photographic memories. So if you print out your sample ballot and you've taken the time to go through it and you are now prepared to go vote, you can take your sample ballot into the booth with you by law.
Okay.
So I think people need to
know
that.
It's like a little note card.
That's right. Exactly.
I have my notes with me. Yeah, like that. And so the other thing, though, is if people do decide to wait until Election Day, they will be voting at their precinct, not their early voting place.
That's correct.
And so some of those have changed as well.
They have. So you want to make sure that you're checking that as well. scvotes.gov. You can go to the Beaufort County Election Commission website and figure it all out. But yes, you don't want to be discouraged by going to the wrong place and have to drive somewhere else, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so we've got about a little over a minute left. Let's just a recap on why you think you should be reelected to Town Council.
Oh, absolutely. Well, obviously with my lifelong history here, born and raised, I bring a different perspective to the Town Council. The current council appreciated that, so much so that they allowed me to be in leadership roles on Town Council. For example, the Finance and Administrative Chairperson, and I've been happy in that role. I think I've done a good job in that role. I've not raised your taxes as I've been in that role, and we've been able to get a lot of things done, bring a lot of reinvestment back to our community, in particular Ward 1, okay? So I'm always going to fight for Ward 1, but I also understand that it all works together, okay? And I think that perspective is important as we're having these tough conversations at Town Council level.
Yeah, and of course there's going to be tough conversations, but when you're all working together to try and at least get to a solution, even if you disagree, that's what it's all about.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you again.
And good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
And there's a lot more to come, so stay tuned.